The DARE Education Foundation makes great ideas in education come to life by funding initiatives that enhance the experiences of students and teachers in Dare County. The foundation partners with the community and raises funds from private donations, large and small, grants, sponsorships, and special events so that every student in Dare County schools receives the best education possible. In 2017, the DARE Education Foundation was ranked second in the nation for education foundations of their size by the Carruthers Institute. The foundation awards classroom grants to teachers of up to $2,000 per year for innovative ideas and project-based teaching strategies.
I'm Steve Hanf, and I'm the newspaper and the yearbook advisor here at First Flight High School, and I also teach Introduction to Publications. When I first got here, we had a couple of cameras, no good lenses to speak of for shooting sporting events. And so I put in a request for a DEF grant and got surprised one day at school with the giant check for $1,800 and went on a little shopping spree. So it's so much fun to be at a football game and see your photographers down on the sidelines, pointing at the back of the screen and being excited. And I've seen them give high fives to each other because they got that shot, and they never could have gotten those with our old equipment.
My name is Cindy Dortch, and I'm a third grade teacher at Miakhia Elementary School. I've been teaching third grade for 16 years now. And I came from a school district where smartboards were available for students, and I saw how important it was to motivate students and get them interested in learning. And when I came here and saw the demographics of the students and what they didn't have and what I knew was available out there for them, I decided I would try to write a grant to see if I could get smart technology in the elementary school classroom. It was approved, and it's been a year since we've had it, and I'm sort of monitoring the students' growth, their test scores, and I've seen a big difference. Students do not want to miss school. They want to be here because they want to be able to use it. They get upset when their name is not called to use it. The foundation has meant a lot, not only for me, but for the students, because it's helped them learn. It showed me that they can learn on their own without me being right there. The smartboard has allowed them to be able to check their work and get immediate satisfaction that they did it correctly. It has helped me just motivate them, and that all that wouldn't have been possible if it hadn't been for the foundation.
In addition to awarding grants, the DARE Education Foundation offers affordable teacher housing. These two housing complexes are proven recruitment and retention tools that allow Dare County schools to hire and keep highly qualified teachers in our classrooms.
The foundation has been a huge part of my life in the 3 years that we've been at the beach. We moved here on the fly from Winston-Salem, and my wife and I both got jobs with DCS, and so we ended up living in the teacher housing for the first 4 months that we were at the beach, which that was a fantastic benefit.
I applied with 7 other organizations for a grant for us to purchase the smartboard, and the DARE Education Foundation was the only one that heard the importance of why we wanted this smartboard and what we thought it was going to do for our students in Dare County. And they listened to us, and they really gave us the opportunity to help our students.
Without the support that DEF has given to me and my students over the last couple of years, it'd be very different in here. These kids wouldn't have won various awards for their photography. Our yearbook would still have lots of photos from outside sources. So DEF's just made a huge impact in our program.
I'm Hayley Grabner, and I'm an outreach specialist here at the Coastal Studies Institute. The Coastal Studies Institute is an inter-university research and education facility located right here in Dare County. We have a range of research areas that span from geology and coastal morphology, which would be the coastal processes department, all the way through to estuarine and human health, into policy and management. There's also a maritime archaeology department, and lastly, an ocean energy research area as well. As important as the science going on here at CSI is the education component. And while that education does apply at the college level to all of the universities where our scientists work and teach, we also meet our K-12 programs, which a lot of people aren't as aware of. And those K-12 programs are incredibly important because they give students right here in Dare County, but also in counties all the way up through the western parts of the state, exposure to science happening right here in their backyard and a hands-on experience that they can imagine themselves sticking with throughout life and as a potential career path.
We provide programming for anywhere from 5 students to up to 120 at a time. And so our goal is to bring in students not just from the local schools, but from all over the area, from all over North Carolina, and provide a unique experience. They're not just hearing about or reading books about what's going on in the environment. They're going to get out in the environment, they're going to get wet and dirty, they're going to collect some data, and they're going to learn how the scientific process works.
It was super easy to set up. We did everything by email. We were able to bring the kids right in, pull them up to the building. They got off the bus, and as soon as the kids got off the bus, the professionals here were able to take over. They took the kids from station to station. It was well organized, and honestly, I've been able to sit back, and I've learned a ton myself, and really I haven't had to lift a finger. Super easy.
My favorite part was about the microscopes because I like looking at tiny little things under something that can zoom in very, very far. I also liked making our own little plankton.
Today we went out on the boat into the Pamlico Sound and went out to one of the islands. And we seined, which is just a way to catch, different organisms right off the coast. And then we've come back here and we've started to work in the classroom about communities and stuff. It's really cool because, in the classroom you kind of learn about ecosystems, but when we come here we're actually able to see the ecosystems and actually see the organisms we've been learning about.
If you're a teacher here in North Carolina, coming to CSI with your class is a great opportunity for both you and your students to get out of the classroom into the field, exposed to professionals in various different fields of science, and give those students that hands-on experience that they can then apply to their essential standards back in the classroom. To learn more about our K-12 programs and to book a trip for you and your students to CSI, visit us on the web. It's going to be an incredible experience and it's very easy to arrange.
The Nurse Aide 1 program, which is one of our larger programs, it's an awesome stepping stone into nursing. It prepares you, gives you those basic skills to funnel you into another career goal in healthcare. It's also a great place to just kind of get your feet wet and see if the nursing and healthcare world is for you. It's a fairly quick class. It's 1 semester, so you're not investing huge amounts of time in it. It's like a really good way to just get started. We do a lot of hands-on bedside care, so you're learning how to transfer patients, provide all their morning care, routine bedtime care, just basic things you would assist a nurse with in the healthcare world.
I went through this program at the beginning of my nursing career, and it was a valuable asset to have the skills that I learned in this program. It helped me with my nursing school. It helped me when I got out and got a real job in the hospital. It taught me empathy, it taught me patient care. It was a great pathway to start my career. I'm glad to be here to be an instructor to teach my students the skills that I learned here and watch them grow and become more confident in themselves.
Our Nurse Aide lab, it's brand new. It's just been approved by the state of North Carolina, Department of Health and Human Services. It's in the small brick building back behind where we used to be located up front. And we have a whole side of the building. So one whole side of that building is dedicated all to Nurse Aide. And within that side of the building, we have our Nurse Aide classroom, our Nurse Aide lab. We even have a testing room so students can take their state exam here in the class. We have no more than 10 students per class, so you have nice small class sizes. So you get a lot of really good hands-on learning with your instructor. Following Nurse Aide 1, students are then eligible for all kinds of other certification type courses. We have a phlebotomy course, it's a 3-day class. We have a medication aid course, that's also a 3-day class. And after the medication aid class, students are eligible to sit for the long-term care medication aid exam and be listed on that registry. We have a Nurse Aide 2 class, which is an additional semester. That's a little bit more in-depth with the skills. You learn how to insert catheters, do colostomy care, sterile techniques, sterile wound changing. It's really hands-on, super fun class. We also offer a pharmacy tech program that's going to be new to this campus. Our classes are offered all times, day and night. We have some classes that are traditional day classes. We have some classes that are nights, and then we do our clinicals on the weekend because a lot of students work. So this is a really workable program. It's for everybody, for people who are full-time students focusing on school right now, for people who maybe already have a job and want to come back to school and do it more part-time. So we're really flexible with our schedules, with our day classes, night classes, and some weekend options as well.
I am very fortunate because it's right down the road and I can come here when I get off of work, and it's very easy to manage with my schedule, and the setting here is awesome, and I love our lab and classroom that we have here.
All of our instructors are registered nurses. I took this class as a CNA student here on the Miakhia campus. It led me on to become a registered nurse. One of my night class nurse aide instructors actually was in that class with me. She was a nurse aide 1 student. She went on to become a registered nurse. And this class really, it inspires students. You're working with a nurse who's been in the trenches. She's gone through exactly what you're going through. Some of our nurses have actually been through this exact training program at this campus. So there's a lot of love put into this program and a lot of heart. We really care about our students and we really want them to be successful.